Hi, I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Claudia.
And this is our podcast we've done on sexism. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Claudia. Phoebe, have you been left out because of your gender?
Why no, I have not.
Okay, anyway, just you know what we'll be talking about today.
Today we're covering three main things. Sexism.
Why sexism is bad, and how we can stop it.
And we will also listen to real stories from people who have been victims of sexism.
And we'll find out how those people stood up for what is right and got through this tough time of discrimination. So, Phoebe, can you tell me a story?
Why, yes, I can. Today's story will be about Hayley, a mum from England, who was trying to book her princess-loving son Noah into the Disneyland Paris Princess for a Day event. But was turned away by the company and told via email, at this time, it is not possible to book a boy into Princess for a Day. In turn, Hayley later posted on her blog about the issue, saying, "So let me get this straight. My son, who fell in love with the concept of Disney princesses at Disneyland, is not allowed to have the same experiences as the little girls who visit you, simply because he's a boy."
Well, that's not fair. People should be able to like what they like without being judged or having to fit in.
And also, it's sad that she probably had to put her phone number in to book her son in, but they didn't call her. They put her an email. We have no idea whether the person on the other end is being sincere about this or not. Like, they might not even care.
Have some guts, people. Actually call them and tell them you're really sorry.
Have some guts!
Or just at least try and book him in. Don't say, oh, it's a boy. Well, they're just going to have to...
How would you like it if you came out of the womb and then your mum looked at you and be like, he's a boy?
Nope, not this one.
Not today.
So, Phoebe, I have a story for you.
Yeah.
That was
very enthusiastic. I'm very enthusiastic about this, people.
So if you like soccer, you should be able to play it, right? Well, once there was a group of kids and they were bored, so they decided to play a game of soccer. There were 8 boys and 1 girl, and the girl was told she couldn't play because the teams were uneven.
Why? That's so unfair. Why would that be that?
Sexism is a horrible thing, and it spreads quicker than you think. From the music industry to the workplace, it can happen anywhere.
Did you know that according to a News Hub poll, 77 or 1/5 of the woman population in New Zealand feel that their chances for career progression have been limited purely based on gender?
77?
Yep.
1/5?
Yep, 1/5.
That's most of them.
Yep.
So I'm just processing that.
Most of them would, the others would probably just be children and elderly people.
And, like, housewives.
Yes, housewives. Love your housewives.
You know what? Some people couldn't actually survive without housewives. So stop judging them because they don't go out and work every day. But they also don't deserve to just be like, oh, you should be in a kitchen because you're a woman. Whoa. Yeah. So, Phoebe, how many women and girls do you see playing rugby?
I know there's a lot in New Zealand because it's like a national sport and all that, but like you don't really hear about them, sad honestly.
Well, in Italy, around 2,127 women are playing rugby. That's 41% more than last year in Italy alone. That's heaps of people standing up to sexism and doing what they love.
That's a lot of people standing up against sexism. Yeah.
In fact, my sister plays rugby, and when she walks out onto that field every weekend on a Saturday, all of the boys on the opposing team, if they've never seen their team play before, they're like, oh, she'll be easy to take down. She's a girl. She shouldn't be in the team because, she's a girl. She'll be easy. But, she like rams into them and tackles them because she's a hooker. That's her job.
Okay.
So she tackles them and just brings him down. And after the game, they all look at her like, "Are you freaking crazy?"
Yeah. So neat. So Claudia, can you simplify sexism for the people that might not have understood what we just said?
Okay,
Sorry about that. Someone just entered the recording room.
but back to the podcast.
Yes. So can you explain generally kind of down sexism to the people that might not understand what we just said?
Sexism is people discriminating against others for being a boy or a girl. Like, you're a girl, so you can't hang out with us because we're boys. How can we stand up to things like that?
We can start by mentioning it when we see it happen. Like going up to someone who's being sexist and telling them that sexism is wrong. Some people stood up to sexism and made a difference in the world, like Kate Shepherd. She thought it was unfair that only men were allowed to choose what happened to their country.
So she started a protest to let women vote. In the end, she started the first phase of feminism, voting. New Zealand became the first country in the entire world to let women vote. And that changed the world and the way women think, because now we actually get a say in what happens all around us.
And we even have a female prime minister.
Yeah.
You might be thinking, what is feminism? Most people think that it's just stereotypical man-hating. But actually, it's standing up for women's rights and not thinking that they belong in the kitchen and your dinner.
Actually, if it's not me or my sister cooking, it's usually my dad, because he comes home from work earlier than my mum every night, who actually works from home.
Sorry about that.
Who actually works from home and has her own business. So that leads me on to the second phase of feminism, working. So the second phase was working. This came along in World War II, when men had to go to war and leave the women to work and basically keep civilization alive for them. Yes.
You might. So women worked, and I thought, this is cool. I want to work. And so women started working. The third phase came when women wore pants. Pants, I tell you. Now, that may seem stupid now, because you always, basically, these days, girls don't even really wear dresses that much. You see them out in jeans, every day.
Yeah.
But that may seem stupid now. But back then, it was a big step in women's rights, because women were lawfully only allowed to wear dresses.
Probably wasn't lawfully, but yeah, I understand, because I actually don't like dresses at all. So I'm glad women took that big step. But not only women feel discrimination, men feel discriminated against too. Think about it. Is there any boy you know that does ballet? Even if you do know one, they've probably been judged at some point for doing what they love.
Actually, if you ask me to name males that did ballet, I can only name two, and they're really famous. You probably even know who they are without me actually saying their names. But they are famous for doing what they love, acting and singing respectively, and aren't judged because they only got famous after they learned ballet.
And I know who you're talking about, because when we were writing this, we had a big discussion about
it. Was beautiful.
And actually, some of their talent and how they got famous is because of ballet.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have got famous without ballet.
Yeah.
But not only boys who are famous should be able to do ballet or anything that girls do. It's a girl sport or whatever, because it's not, anyone can do it. Like netball, because that's considered a girl sport.
Yeah,
it's not, anyone can do it.
When we signed up for winter sport at the start of the term, I honestly feel like the boys, the only reason they would sign up for netball is because they either really love basketball or they don't like rugby or football.
Yeah.
It's really sad for them to think like that.
Yeah, and some people think hockey is a girl sport too. I know that's kind of less, the netball, it is a pretty big boys sport.
No males in our international and international teams.
But it kind of is thought of as a girl sport, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
But there's 5 boys in our year group doing hockey for winter sport.
And I can only think of like one or two maybe in our hub that play netball on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So we've talked about all these other examples of people that manage to make it to the media. But Claudia, has anyone ever been sexist towards you?
Yes, that has happened.
Would you like to share your story?
Okay. So basically, I was at a birthday party a couple of years ago. It was my second cousin's birthday party, and she's a year younger than me. So all of the girls and the boys that were invited were all younger than me, except her brothers who were out at the time. So when her mum needed help lifting something, she chose two of the boys who were some of the youngest at the party. And later in that day, because I felt really bad because I had asked her if she needed help with anything, and then she went and asked the boys. But later we actually had to do something involving lifting as a party game, and I bet everybody at the party. But then all of the boys were kind of awkward around me after that because I had beaten all of them. But they shouldn't feel like that because girls can do anything boys can do. And you know, have you never seen an Olympics? Like, I'm pretty sure at one point.
Weightlifting.
Yeah, weightlifting. I'm pretty sure at one point there was a woman who beat the men.
Like women's weightlifting is an option. Well, like why wouldn't the Olympics even split it between male and female? It probably is something to like how the body is like built or
Yeah,
something.
because like I feel like elbowing in certain places, if it's like netball or something,
Yeah.
men could accidentally elbow in the wrong spot or something like that, and it would really hurt. Or women could kick someone in the wrong spot or something. So they probably put it in gender groups because of those reasons.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah. So that's actually a really good story. So how did you stand up to that?
well, it was kind of the party game afterwards, but that didn't really fix anything because everybody just kind of went, well, all of the boys kind of stayed away from me because it was
Beat by you.
Yeah, they got beat by me, so they just felt awkward, and yeah.
Sexism is such a big problem, and it's hard to even know where to start. But it needs to be done. So you can start by doing your part. Tell people about it. Inform them about what we've talked about on this podcast.
We could start small, like telling your family how bad sexism really is, and then get them to stop people they see doing it. And then they can inform them and get them to spread the word, and it keeps going on. And things like that can spread just as quickly as sexism, the thing you're trying to stop.
Start going up to people and mentioning it when you see someone being sexist. Tell them about it. Tell them to stop.
Sexism is a worldwide problem that needs to be stopped as soon as possible.
So do your part, standing up to sexism. If you don't know how it feels to be discriminated against, you're actually really lucky.
But just think, if you were left out or teased or not allowed to do something you loved because of your gender, how would you feel?
Thanks for listening.